Hey, Snyder Stallions, it's Mrs. Prim here again with some fraction action, some hands-on fraction action, if you will. So, the the skill that we're working on is I can explain that the more times you divide or partition an object, the smaller the fractional parts will become. So, if you have two pieces of paper, you're going to do the activity along with me. So make sure there's two pieces of paper that are about the same size, well, the same size. So here we have one whole graham cracker, and over here we have one whole graham cracker. We're just going to partition this graham cracker into two pieces. So that would be when we're fractioning something, partitioning into two pieces, that means we have halves now, right? So we have halves, and they're split into 1/2. That's the third grade notation, excuse me. In second grade, we just say 1/2 is on the right, 1/2 is on the left. And we're looking at the sizes. So we split this one into two and look at the sizes of the parts. They're kind of big. And then on this side, so if you have your piece of paper, I want you to just fold that first piece of paper in half. So you take your piece of paper and you fold it in half, hamburger, horizontally, fold it in half. All right, and now we're gonna go to the other graham cracker. So right here we have two parts partitioned. We have halves, 1/2 here, 1/2 over here. Now we're going to partition this one into 4 parts, and hopefully it'll break evenly. It didn't. So now we have the graham cracker partitioned into fourths. In fourth grade, you'll see 1/4 written like that. In second grade, this is how you can write it. So with your second piece of paper now, I want you to take your second piece of paper and I want you to fold it again in half. After you folded it in half one time, I want you to take that same piece of paper and fold it in half again. And we're looking at so for your halves, you're folding the piece of paper one time. That's your halves. For the second piece of paper, you're taking that paper, folding it in half. And then you're going to fold it in half again. And when you open it up, you now have your fourths. So you have your pieces of paper to look at, and Mrs. Prim has the graham crackers to look at. So what do you notice about the size? When there's only 2 parts versus when there's 4 parts. The parts are a lot larger when there's only 2. Like if you're sharing a pie with one person versus you're sharing a pie with 3 people. So as the bottom number gets bigger, as the number of parts gets larger, the size gets smaller. So 2 parts, pretty big. 4 parts, it gets a little bit smaller. And then if you were to break these into eighths, it would be even smaller parts.